Hello and welcome everyone to Junior Worlds Prep episode 3, or is it episode 4? I can't remember. Episode 3, I think. Today we're just going to do a short, sharp weekly recap, just because I got to go, got to get some food with some of the guys. But yeah, so we'll go through all the days, and if I have a little chat at the end, I do. If I don't, I don't. So starting off with day 1, which is our leg day, we hit a top single of 300 kilos on squat for 8.5 RPE. Now my left wrist has been killing me. I don't know if I said it last week, but I've sort of determined it's scapholunate instability with possible like TFCC complex damage. Not sure yet. All I know is it's getting a bit better. Still hurts on especially squats and bench. Anyways, we did back offs 240 for 5 reps and 2 sets. Moving on to day 2, which is our chest day, we had a top single of bench close grip, or closest grip, 180 for one. Once again, above RPE, but it's hard to judge when there's so much pain going through that wrist. And then we had back offs of 160 for 4, 2 sets. Now, these were pretty ugly, if I may say so myself. Part of it is I had to go more narrow than I'm used to, and it's been a while, so like my tricep strength ain't there like it used to be. Moving on to our day 3, we have our deadlift and low bar squat day. This is also back day. So we had a top single of 275 on deads, RPE 8, or could be a bit less. Once, like I was saying to one of the guys, it's hard to sort of judge. 270 plus sort of feels the same until you're reaching maximal loads. At least for me, like I might be able to plus 50 or plus 80 on that. It's just, it doesn't feel the best some days. Plus, I was feeling a bit fatigued today. This was a late session, and then I did 240, or did I do 250? I did 250 kilos for 5 sets, 5 reps and 2 sets, RPE 7.5. Let me adjust this number while I'm at it. And then we also did low bar. So low bar has been a bit affected because of my wrist. We sort of had to go Talon grip. Now, as you notice, I'm not flicking out the pinky, so it's obviously not comp standard, but it's just so we can get volume in. Obviously in comp, if I do go low bar, I'm going to have 4 fingers over, maybe like a false grip, but it just puts me in sort of less radial deviation, and it's a bit more neutral position. So we did a top single of 270 kilos, pretty light RPE. I said 6.5. It's meant to be 6. It wasn't too bad. Then we had back offs, 220 for 4 reps and 2 sets. This was actually pretty light. And then we had 220 for 1 set, and then 180 for a set of 4. And then we move on to today, which is day 4, and that's your sort of wide grip bench, which we just did a top single at 160. And then we did bloody Brad. Then we did 145 kilos for back offs. That was pretty good. Let me just quickly respond to him. 1 second. Okay, yeah, sorry. So we were gonna do some Mobic just for the wrist, but I'd rather not rely on NSAIDs and painkillers until it's like a comp day, or if I need to go really heavy. So look, we're moving weight, we're getting volume going. That's good, and yeah, we're just getting everything done. I have to fill in my RPEs quickly. My bad. So you'll notice, like I say, pretty high RPEs for my accessories. Push your accessories. If there's anything you can push hard, it's your accessories. You can pretty much go balls to the wall almost every session. Obviously, when it comes to peaking, it's a bit different, but it's a volume block. We're trying to build a bit of muscle and get some higher reps in. So push your accessories. So obviously, I have to dip, I have to run and go to go to Frango's, but sort of ending on a note, my weight has been fluctuating. We stayed end of last week, or end of this week technically, around 151.8 steady for a few days. Then I didn't track yesterday on Saturday, and I didn't track today. So part of it is discipline. Also, it's like if you eat like shit, you get less motivated to track because then you can't be bothered. Like I've said in the past, when mental stress starts piling on, stress at home, stress in general, stress in life, it's like I binge eat a lot. And like yesterday was a huge thing of binge eating, today as well. So today I tried to control myself quite a bit, a lot less. Yesterday I probably had over 5,000 calories, but it is what it is. Look, I just manage it. Luckily we're not too fussed about how heavy I am, as long as I sort of stay a bit leaner. I don't want to put on too much body fat, but I sort of do that 5 days, like try to hit the macros, and then Saturday, Sunday, I sort of go off course a bit. But it's all about balance, trying to find that, whether I go like 6 days tracking everything and then 1 day not tracking. And then the only issue I have then is that day I might have 10,000 calories. So it's trying to find the middle ground. Also, physio things. So going over the last week, we did quite a bit. I had to miss one of the classes, was a bit sick, also quite tired, so it's better to go on uni later. If we go over this week, we've started with like assessment of like foot and ankle issues. That was cool to see, doing all the special tests. It's always fun doing sort of hands-on stuff. We then did some more spinal for low back pain and sort of mid and like cervical, upper cervical issues, more so just case studies, going through how do you assess it, how do you treat it. And then PPC, so we did a lot of stuff on cardiac arrest and heart conditions. But it's good to learn everything. It's good to know everything and try and understand, because if you're doing cardiorespiratory physio, you're going to have to understand these conditions. Now, I'm just going to leave you guys with that. Hopefully, we're all good moving into next week. Hopefully, the wrist gets better. And the next 2 weeks is going to be a lot of volume. So a lot of my top singles are going to disappear if it's not like bench. And my deadlift, I don't do a top single for 2 weeks. So a lot of volume to come. Probably a bit more boring, but it is what it is. So I'll catch you guys in the next video, and have a great night.